Hello, everybody. So we're doing the sixth lesson for the seniors digital citizenship because this is an elective with mostly seniors. So even if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, it's fine. This is what I was told to do. So let's do this thing. So first you're going to do the ed puzzle, and you're going to be filling out a handout to go along with it. Then when you're done with that, you're going to take a quiz, and then you're going to give me the handout. And then you can work on whatever else you need to. Okay, so here we go. So this is talking about filter bubble trouble, about creating bubbles in the vacuum because of the way that algorithms work to kind of just reinforce your fears and your angers and your worldviews because they know that it'll get you to keep looking and it's not really getting you to question anything. So it's a problem. Here we go. So in the chat box, please answer, how can filter bubbles limit the information we're exposed to? All right, so the learning objectives today is going to be able to define a filter bubble and explain how it occurs, to be able to reflect on the limitations and drawbacks that filter bubbles can cause, and to identify strategies for escaping our own filter bubbles that, all of us definitely have. All right, so we're going to watch this video, and afterwards, please answer the question about what a filter bubble is and how it works.
It's human nature. We surround ourselves with people we agree with. And the internet has only made it easier. For many, Twitter is a place to have existing views reinforced. Often without realizing it, a lot of us choose to live in an echo chamber, a place where it can seem like everyone on Earth is just like us. And Facebook? Well, Facebook takes it even further. Of course, you can hide those posts from your goofy aunt, but Facebook actually does a lot of that work for you, behind the scenes. It knows what you like and what you comment on, what brands you follow, what ads grab your attention, events you're attending, and publications you read. Facebook uses all that data to feed its algorithms, and those algorithms choose what you see. And if you know where to look, you can actually see what Facebook thinks you like, your interests, your hobbies, and even your political views. The result is what's become known as the filter bubble, where your timeline is filled with opinions you share. Facebook actually makes money off knowing those things. They sell you and your filtered bubble to advertisers. Those advertisers will pay more to get their products in front of people that are likely to buy them. And if you're seeing things you like, you'll spend more time on Facebook, seeing more ads, and making the company more money. But does the bubble keep us well informed? It's a tough question to answer, especially while the technology is still changing so fast. But one thing's for sure, that technology has the power to make us more connected or more isolated than ever.
All right, so answer the questions in the chat box now. Okay, so a filter bubble is when your social media feed and what you see online only aligns with your existing beliefs and experiences. So it's got this kind of confirmation bias going on, right? It's just showing you what you already think or believe or like, which is not good because we're all wrong about something or at least have a limited understanding of things. An algorithm is a piece of computer code that outlines specific steps to solve a problem. In this case, they have algorithms built into the problem is you not paying attention and clicking on stuff, you not buying stuff, you not staying on the platform. So the algorithm is used to keep you on there and to keep you happy, even if it's not really good for you. Personalized content is the algorithm is set to personalize for you to see stuff that you like or that you believe or the kind of things that you seem to interact with. So, all right, so we're going to watch another video from internet activist Eli Pariser. Make sure you're listening during the video and that you write down your responses to the questions that follow. You're going to be given a handout that's going to help you do this. So use that handout to help you as you're watching the video. I will add the transcript to the video in Google Classroom to help you if you need it. Okay. So, why are filter bubbles a problem? Please fill it out in the chat box. All right, here's the question that you're going to be answering now after this video for the first one. So what are some ways you can burst your own filter bubble? So these are some solutions to being stuck in that echo chamber. Here we go. Again, use the handout to help you.
It might be the biggest feature of politics in the social media age. It's called an echo chamber, or a filter bubble. What it means is that online, you tend to see things you already agree with. Over time, that might solidify your opinions. It might make you less open-minded and unable to see things from the other side. The effect is mostly caused by two things. The first is your friends. You're likely to agree more with the people who you like and follow on social media. That's not new. We've always tended to agree more with our family, friends, and neighbors. But the other cause of the filter bubble effect is more recent. It's the way algorithms used by social networks tend to show us things we've already shown an interest in. So if you click on links from a particular political party,
America first.
Facebook will show you more of the same, and less of what you don't click on. That's how the social media-powered filter bubble forms. So, how do you get out of your filter bubble? One way is simple. Read stuff from the other side. If you're right-wing, check out left-wing accounts, or vice versa. You can also fool the algorithms. Start liking things you disagree with, and commenting on posts you wouldn't ordinarily read. Do that enough, and you might see stuff you would have missed. New angles on stories you've heard before, or whole new things you didn't know anything about. What will that give you? Well, you might find yourself understanding people with different points of view. You will probably be less shocked if your side doesn't win. You might even find yourself changing your mind.
Sorry about that. So now, answer the question. What are some ways you can burst your own filter bubble? So strategies to pop out of your bubble. Hopefully you were able to come up with a couple more than even that was presented, how you can burst your bubble. So I'd like you now to think about some ways besides what the video told you of how you can kind of get out of your own filter bubble. See if you can come up with one or two. All right, so now you're going to reflect on what you see in your social media feeds and other websites that you visit. What kinds of posts, articles, links, ads, etc. do you see that might be inside your filter bubble? Write them in the chat box, and then think about steps you could take to burst your filter bubble, and then write them down in the chat box. What sites, people's opinions could you seek out? What other steps could you take? So for an example, for me, because of the kinds of things that I look at, like I see ads for like certain clothing brands, right? Because I was looking at stuff from them before or bought stuff before. And so I constantly get ads for things that are related in the kind of dark aesthetic that I like, and the kind of hippie-ish kind of aesthetic that I like. I kind of like both. Like I like anthropology, but I also like, gothy things. So I'll get stuff from that because of groups that I belong to. Like I belong to an elder goths community group that I get stuff from other alternative music, Gen Xer kind of things that are just sent to me because of that's what I have already looked and engaged into. So that most of my stuff seems to be fed that way in Facebook and Instagram, or because I like interior design or I like miniatures, I get that kind of stuff fed to me, right? So, think about the kind of things that you tend to see because of those cookies and those algorithms. And how could you maybe change that algorithm? Like for me, if I'm watching YouTube and it's suggesting a bunch of stuff, if I look up one video that's different, it'll start to change the algorithm, right? So how could you burst your own algorithm by the things you look out for? So we're all critical thinkers and creators, hopefully. And the whole point of this lesson is for us to not just be kind of NPCs that just believe everything that we're shown through those algorithms and don't question our own beliefs ever, because if we don't, how do we even know what we really believe, right? And we can create a better world for ourselves and a greater community if we at least try to understand people that think differently than us and try to be open-minded, right? Okay, so thank you for doing this now. Make sure to finish that paper handout if you haven't already, and then take the quiz. And then when you're done, you can work on anything else you need to work on. Thanks.